Hello, my name is JL Higgins. I'm in public speaking online course for the fall semester. I chose to do my speech today on why college athletes, specifically football players, deserve compensation for the time that they put into their craft. Most football players who are playing in college level have been playing since they were little. So from rec to little leagues to everything like that, middle school football, high school football. Football on a higher level takes up a lot of time. You have morning practice, or like before school practice, after school practice, study hall, conditioning, weightlifting, everything like that. And that like deletes a lot of time for everything else, such as jobs or anything, internships. You don't really have a lot of time to do anything other than playing football. It also puts a lot of strain on the body from very young, when you're constantly, tackling each other and stuff with your legs and your muscles and all that, like that. It puts strain on your body over time. College athletes deserve to be compensated mainly for all the time that they put in and the stress that they put on their body. But in 2017, college athletics brought in $761 million, which probably went to paying coaches, coaches, and all the faculty for the football teams, but not the football players, who probably don't deserve to get paid as much as coaches have, because they haven't put in to study the practice and all the stuff like that. But they do deserve some sort of compensation. College athletes put a lot of strain on their families and on their on their parents' wallets, because most of their monetary needs are met by their parents while they're playing football. And football can take up a lot of money, especially even just to live. You don't have a job, so if you want to buy clothes, or if you want to do anything, buy your stuff for football, your cleats, everything like that, your parents have to pay for it because you don't have a job to pay for it. Just getting a small stipend like every other week or every week to be able to just stay afloat and keep up with everyone else. Not saying that they deserve to have millions of dollars, but a reasonable amount every few weeks really shouldn't be a problem. Out of $761 million. Football also puts a large strain on the body. The NCAA National Injury Report wrote that in 2009, which is the most recent that I could find, 3% of football players had heat stroke, 7.4% suffered from concussions, 4.3% suffered neck injury, 16% suffered upper body injuries, 11.9% suffered pelvic injury, and 50% suffered lower body injuries. And 11 people suffered from career-ending injuries. If you play football your whole life and you're anticipating for football to either put you completely through college, or for football to be your primary income by going to the NFL, and then you just don't make it there, it's hard to come back afloat if you have no money. Especially because I read on the Chicago Tribune that if you have a full scholarship and you do get injured, it's not always 100% that your scholarship is going to stay in effect. Like, they could just not give you your scholarship anymore. Meaning, not for most families, meaning that you can't go to school anymore. You have to get student loans, which you never know how much. People would have planned their money differently had they anticipated to have to pay for college. Football is an extremely unpredictable sport. You can be on top of the world yesterday, and then today you can just be injured, and nobody really wants to. There's no use for you anymore. By giving athletes a stipend during college, it can allow for them to save their money and to be able to have something to pull them back up. Maybe let them go to community college or a trade school or something of that sort, so that football doesn't in their end up being their end all be all. The Chicago Tribune also wrote that by John Kelman wrote that ex-college athlete Adrian Arrington is suing the NCAA because he's broke, he has no money. He was told that he had 5 concussions, and he said that he told his physical trainer for the team at the time that he couldn't even recognize his parents after a game once because due to his concussions, and he was told to play hard, fast, and without regard for injury. Arrington is now homeless, and he has no money. I think that had he been given a small stipend in college, not saying that he would still have that money now, but the NCAA would have a leg to stand on, saying we did give you money, you just didn't do right with it. Also, the Business Insiders by Tony Manfred says that only 1.7% of college football players go to the NFL, leaving the other 98% without professional football jobs. It's easy for ex-athletes to fall into debt as well as depression because from football being your only thing that you ever do to it no longer being what you do, it can kind of put you, I guess, in like a place of identity crisis. You don't know who you are anymore. Insider Hire EV by Jake New wrote an article about college athletes who are fed up with using all their free time to play football and don't get anything in return. So all in all, I think that, I also have a couple pictures of football related injuries that occurred during football. That's a regular brain, and this is a brain that plays football. This is just another injury, it's a knee injury, and then this is a head injury. In conclusion, I think that college athletes should be paid because of the time they put in, and you never know when your career could end. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, and everyone needs money to fall back on after anything. The end.